So hello YouTube friends, this is the second time I've started this because I forgot to put on the lapel mic, so I've remembered now. Here it is. I'm going to spend a little bit of time this morning doing some shipping because thank you to the people who've been over to the shop and bought bits and pieces. The people who are waiting for stars, I got an order of these yesterday, which are properly good padded jiffy bags, the real McCoy here. And so I wanted to wait for these. I've packed up the stars so carefully with bubble wrap and tissue paper in between each one. However, I think that when it goes inside here, like that, that's going to give me a lot more confidence sticking it in the post. So I'm going to be sending those out, but at the moment I'm sending out this one to someone in the UK, and it's one of the cushions that I made. And I'm reusing this postal bag. That's that one ready to post off there. And then I've got a few more bits and pieces to post, so that's what I'm going to do now. I have in fact been painting, the last couple of days I've been painting the kitchen, and I turned the camera on and I did a whole big video about painting the kitchen cupboard doors. But there's a reason why I've got a hashtag that says I hate painting on Instagram. It's because I hate painting. I absolutely loathe and deplore painting. So this one is 440 grams, except it's going to the UK, so it doesn't actually need that. Wasted one of them. But I've got my little scales here so that I can weigh parcels and I can put on the customs labels. And the airmail stickers. It just saves one extra step at the post office. So I've been painting the kitchen cupboard doors. It's a job I've wanted to do, not for weeks, not for months, but for years. I've wanted to paint those doors, and I've painted them now. And I have to say, I'm not overly thrilled with them. I mean, they're all right. They're all right. They're better than they were, which is all I can say. It's not exactly what I wanted, but hey ho, that'll do. So today's job then. The kitchen's really nice and tidy now, thankfully. And also when you empty out cupboards and drawers and so on, you put them all back nice and tidy, don't you? So the kitchen's really tidy at the moment. Definitely worth an inspection. So I'm going to address some things. I'm going to the post office, but then I'm going to brave the weather and go into the garden because in clearing out the cupboards, I found some dried beans, some dried haricot beans and some dried chickpeas and so on. So I've put the haricot beans to soak, and I'm going to go into the garden and pick a leek, some carrots, some cavolo nero, one of my onions which is drying. What else? I'll see what else there is, but I'm going to see if I can make a garden stew tonight. So you never know, I might switch the camera on and we'll do that together in my nice clean green kitchen. Addressing parcels then. If you nip over to the shop, and thank you if you do, why wouldn't you? There are calendars still. There are the little books about this girl. And I've been getting feedback now from some of the people who've got one, who've got their own copy. And so I was a little bit anxious about those books going out. Because I think it's quite a remarkable story, but it's been very well received. So by the first few people who are receiving them, so I'm very pleased about that. And then I've got the most wonderful thing to do with some good movies on later. This stuff that you can see behind me here, I've got a commission. I've got a quilt commission, and the person who's commissioned me has said that I can choose the fabric colours. So you know what that means, don't you? Lots of green, lots of pink. But then I was thinking that it would be probably a good idea to get quite a bit of blue in there as well. So that's what I'm going to do. Pink, green, some blue. It's going to look like, I hope, a garden in the full summer when everything's blooming and the grass and the leaves and all the vegetation is green, and it's going to look like that because my garden's pretty dreary at the moment, and it will cheer me up making it. And it's also a lovely thing for someone to have commissioned me to make it, and I'm really grateful. Thank you. So that's my next few days sorted out. Norma. So I'll put some pictures of the kitchen in here. I'm going to spare you all the pictures of me moaning on about the painting. You know yourself when you're painting something and you've got to clean it all first, and if it's cupboards and drawers like it was with me, you've got to tidy them all out and make decisions about them. So I started doing this about 2 weeks ago. But Monday and Tuesday were the days that I just decided I've got to do this. The paint's sitting there, everything's there, I've got to do it. So I've done it. It didn't take that long, and I'll show you. It looks okay. So I'm getting the kitchen ready for Christmas, because that's pretty much where Christmas happens, here in the kitchen. It's where everything happens. Everything happens in the kitchen. So I bought some brand new Sharpies for writing addresses. I've got my lovely tape. This tape, if you buy anything from me and you're familiar with the tape that I use, this one as well, and I've got some others. This is an artist called Rob Ryan. Maybe I'll leave a link to him in the description. But Rob Ryan is a paper cut. He does paper cuts, beautiful paper cuts, and you maybe see him as greetings cards or mostly greetings cards. He's written a couple of books as well, which are all illustrated with his fantastic paper cuts. But then a few years ago, I went to visit the shop when I went to see my son, who used to live in London. He took me to the shop, and I found this tape. And it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. So this one says, "The stars shine all day too," which of course they do. And this one says, "Your job is to take this world apart, then put it back together again, but even better." It's a nice thought, isn't it? So if you're going to stick your parcels up, why use this boring old stuff when you could use this? So that's going to go on today's parcels as well. And I've got another project in my head as well. In fact, YouTube friends, I've got about 10 stacked up in the back of my head. So we're not going to run out of things to talk about anytime soon. It's just the time to do them and edit them and post them. But I'll do it soon. But that's it. I'm going to put some kitchen pictures on the end of here now. Then I'm going to get to writing addresses, and I'm going to go to the post office. I hope whatever you're doing today, it's spectacular. If you could see outside there, it's grey and muddy and wet and cold and windy. But it's not inside here. It's sparkly and purry and warm and colourful. And, I can't say this very often, tidy. I'll see you next time, and thank you as ever for watching. Bye. Pictures. But first of all, this is what it looked like about a week ago when I was sorting everything out.